How can you combine these words with these words? For my students, it's often a big mystery. I'm here to make things clear. In this lesson, we're going to understand how to combine the words narrow and down. How are your English classes going? Pretty good, but phrasal verbs are so tough. I've been watching John's channel to learn more. Have you seen the lesson about 1,000 phrasal verbs? Yeah, it's so overwhelming. There are so many. There are, but if you can narrow down the list and break it up into different chunks, it'll be a lot easier. That's a good plan. Maybe I'll study a different section of the video every week. Quiz time! What does narrow down mean? Reduce the number of options? Reduce the intensity? Make something complicated? Do something with energy? Please pause the video and answer the question. Narrow down means reduce the number of options. This is a narrow street, and this is a wide highway. This is orange juice, and it's swirling around. It's in some kind of funnel. It's in a funnel shape. You can see that it's going down. It starts from a big area or wide area and gradually gets more narrow. The amount becomes limited or reduced. This is the idea of narrow something down. Key points. The adjective narrow is the opposite of wide. A narrow street, a wide highway. The word down represents making something more narrow or reducing choices. It's common when making decisions or when you have options, choices, or lists. The verb to narrow is often combined with down. The opposite is to widen. Examples. These are verbs with similar meanings. Think of down as representing a reduction in size or amount. Narrow down.
This also prevents that horrible situation of forgetting about the last page. Don't let this happen to you. Second pass. Now, return to those questions you were less sure about. Reread the question carefully. If it's multiple choice, are you able to narrow down the options?
To reduce a large set of options to a more manageable number. I had 30 job applications to review, but I narrowed them down to 5. Let's narrow down the list before we vote. Boil down.
I sometimes revise a message 3 or 4 times to take all of the stink out of it until I feel like I'm ready to say what needs to be said in a composed way that's genuine. These revisions help me boil down the message all the way to its essence as well. So it's really clear, concise, and doesn't have anything left that might escalate my own emotions as I express myself.
To reduce something to its most essential point. All his complaints boil down to one issue: time. The entire story boils down to a simple misunderstanding. Cut down.
And we want that country that is specialized in this to be us, the United States of America. We want suppliers to be able to collaborate with customers in real time, test their parts digitally, cut down on the time and money that they spend producing expensive prototypes.
And Renee, just to ask you specifically about the 50% of the food on your plate should be vegetables. Does that also hold for people who are trying to, let's say, bulk up on muscle or cut down on their body fat?
Definitely for cutting down on body fat, but it's pretty individual. It depends on what they were eating like before. So,
To reduce the amount of something. I'm trying to cut down on sugar. She cut down her expenses last month. He needs to cut down on his screen time. Scale down.
It needed castles, towns, and villages to really make the series come alive. The designers actually had to scale down their thinking, and in doing so made some of the most incredible miniature models ever seen.
To make something smaller in size or amount. They scaled down the project due to budget cuts. The company is scaling down its workforce. Break down.
That's it. Find those three things and get yourself on the ground. Chances are good that you will find fossils. Now let me break down this formula. Organisms exist only during certain geological intervals. So you have to find rocks of the right age, depending on what your interests are.
And if you'd like to improve your own practicing habits, then you might want to take my habit building class on Skillshare. This class will help you break down your goals into actionable daily habits that have obvious action items, and then stick to those by tailoring your environment and by building systems and tools that can help to bolster your self-discipline.
To separate something into smaller parts. Let's break down the problem into smaller steps. The teacher broke down the lesson for us. Trim down.
And it says, what would you like to do? Replace, add as a layer. You can replace the video we have now. We could trim down the scene so it's not so long. We could make it like, I don't know, 4 seconds, something like that. Done. And then it replaces that video that we had.
And even closer to home, sometimes we get bogged down with all the stuff we carry around and we need to trim down. We all carry around useless stuff. Random receipts, hotel room keys, spent gift cards. The Ridge helps you carry less, but also have what you need.
To make something shorter or more efficient. We need to trim down this report before the deadline. She trimmed down her resume to 1 page. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something new. If you liked the video, consider joining the channel and becoming an English fan. Thank you channel members, channel subscribers, and private students. And see you in the next lesson.